price of Bitcoin jumped 30% from $26,000 to $35,000 in the last 2 weeks. And everything that happened is going to have serious positive consequences to all investors, both crypto and traditional ones. So before telling you how this is going to affect the investing scenario in the next few months, let's take a step back and see what actually happened. The spike of the last 2 weeks was caused by two main reasons, which converged into one single message. Pretty soon, we're all likely to be able to purchase Bitcoin spot ETFs. But let's see the two reasons in chronological order. The first was the news about a lawsuit regarding Greyscale, the world's leading crypto asset manager by assets under management, and the US Securities and Exchange Commission, the so-called SEC, which is the regulator that decides the rules for the exchange of securities in the financial markets. So Greyscale was planning to convert their Bitcoin investment trust, GBTC, which is the largest cryptocurrency fund in the world, into an ETF. So they applied to the SEC for this conversion and got rejected. The case got to court, and now the court ruled against the SEC and in favor of Greyscale. Although we still don't know what the final mandate of the court will be, what happened is of course signaling that Bitcoin and the crypto world might be entering the realm of the spot ETFs, which is unprecedented. The second reason, which by the way has been the most impactful in the last few weeks, was the fake news that a Bitcoin ETF called iShares Bitcoin Trust, ticker IBTC, created by the giant investment firm Blackrock, was approved by the SEC last week, which, even though it was fake news, still has a silver lining that's going to make investors happy. So if the SEC didn't approve the Blackrock ETF, why the whole fuss? Well, because what is true is that Blackrock has listed the proposed spot Bitcoin ETF on the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, DTCC, which, if you're not familiar with, is a huge financial infrastructure that processes trillions of dollars in securities transactions every single day. And when a giant like Blackrock does something like this, it's because they're really close to a launch. In fact, in an interview with CNBC earlier this week, Galaxy Digital Holdings CEO Michael Novogratz said he thinks that SEC's approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF is going to happen before the end of this year.
Yeah, it's going to get approved. We think it happens this year in 2023.
Bloomberg analyst James Seyfert also estimated a spot Bitcoin ETF's chances of approval by January 10th, 2024 at 90%. And JP Morgan also expressed the same opinion, saying that the SEC is likely to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF in the next few months. If you've never invested in crypto before, I suggest you to use Binance. Binance is the world's biggest crypto exchange in the world by volume. It's available for your phone as an app and as a web version. And if you want to obtain a 20% discount on commission fees for life on Binance, just download the app using this QR code or using the Binance link that you'll find in the description below. So Greyscale is soon launching its spot Bitcoin ETF. Blackrock is soon launching its spot Bitcoin ETF. Still, there are already so many crypto ETFs around. So what's the difference? Well, a spot Bitcoin ETF tracks the price of Bitcoin and is backed with actual Bitcoin. The existing Bitcoin ETFs instead, such as the ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF, are called Bitcoin Futures ETF. They track Bitcoin future contracts, not the price of Bitcoin itself. So why is BlackRock's proposed ETF so important? BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with over $10 trillion in assets under management, bigger than Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, Invesco, and all other great names. So if a company this big is proposing a spot Bitcoin ETF, if approved by the SEC, BlackRock's ETF would make it easier for institutional investors to gain exposure to Bitcoin. It will also send a strong signal that the SEC is open to approving spot Bitcoin ETFs. In the last 10 years, Bitcoin has been growing with an immense compound growth of 71.43% per year. But still, it's considered an outsider for traditional investors because there is still no regulation to introduce it to the traditional exchanges. If Bitcoin ETFs will be finally accepted by the SEC, and having BlackRock taking this step is a clear signal that it's most likely going to happen soon, it would legitimize Bitcoin as an investment asset and make it more accessible to a wider range of investors. The approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF has been watched closely by crypto investors for years now, because it would mean that finally Bitcoin would obtain global financial acceptance, and this would bring more activity and more money in the crypto market from institutional investors. In a recent interview, Morgan Creek Capital CEO Mark Yusko indicated $300 billion could move into Bitcoin after a spot ETF approval. And in light of the Bitcoin price spike after the erroneous report Monday, it's possible that the possibility of an approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF in the US isn't entirely priced into the Bitcoin current price. Just as it's possible that the next halving, scheduled for April 24, 2024, is also not yet priced into the current price. And the more we'll see traditional finance stepping into the crypto world, the more we'll have proof that these products aren't going away soon. And the desire to invest money in digital assets and decentralized finance will grow dragging the prices up. So Bitcoin ETFs are going to increase the trust in crypto and the mainstream use, because traditional investors are not going to need to learn how to use a crypto exchange, and because they will allow them to diversify from traditional markets. Moreover, they can also hold Bitcoin-related stocks and other assets next to actual Bitcoins. Of course, with a Bitcoin ETF, you're going to have to pay a fee, like for any ETF. You're not going to be able to exchange the Bitcoins for other cryptocurrencies. And you're also going to be subject to more rigid trading hours compared to buying Bitcoin in a crypto exchange that is possible 24/7. And that's why, in my opinion, it's still better to use a crypto exchange like Binance. And as I said at the beginning of the video, you can get a 20% discount on all the transaction fees for life by signing up using the link in the description below. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about crypto, and subscribe to the channel to be notified of future videos. I wish you a great evening, guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!